Friday workshop!
What are we doing this week?
This week we're doing the top 10 tools every beginner should have.
Well, let's try it.
So, here we go.
Number 1, tape measures. All right, so the first tool that every woodworker should have is a tape measure. Typically use the same one over and over and over so you make sure you get the same measurements. Sometimes they can be a little off. Ours are pretty close. We love Fast Cap. This is our favorite kind of tape measure. This one is the Pro Carpenter metric and standard. So it has metric and standard measurements. We also have a metric only tape measure from Fast Cap as well. And we have the Fat Max from Stanley. This is giant numbers, easy to read if we ever do imperial measurements. A tape measure is a great thing to have.
Number 2, Makita circular saw. So what's really cool about this is it is really versatile, and it's meant mostly for plywoods, but you can use it for a lot of other big ones. But the big plywood sheets, I'm talking like those big boards you see at Home Depot. Man, that's what these things are meant for. And what we have right here, ours is specialized. 60 teeth on that thing. There's a lot of them. Cuts really well. And on to the next one.
Any drill and bit set is our number 3, but since it comes with a driver, and a driver is really nice, I also put that in there as a must-have. Drill driver set with bits.
Number 4, chisels. For shaping and smoothing out wood surfaces. Get a hammer, you go ba ba ba. You can get into those crevices, and you really fix a lot of problems with chisels.
5 golden clamps. Yeah, clamps. We're talking corner clamps. We're talking bar clamps, wood clamps, compression clamps. These twisty type of clamps. Clamps are amazing. You can never have enough clamps. The bar ones for larger project, putting boards together. The corner ones are amazing for corner work, picture frames and that sort of thing. Clamps.
Number 6, handsaws. When it comes to handsaws, there's a lot you can choose from. You can choose from the Japanese handsaw. It's got these really thin little blades. Or you can see what I have right here. I call it the old guy. This is for the older one. It's been around for a long time. It's a carpenter saw and mostly used in construction and stuff like that. Mostly, we just use hand saws when we can't get it in with the power saws or the drills, and it has a little smaller teeth right here, and it really is just a problem helper. They're also really good for cutting tiny little piece of wood where you don't want to injure yourself with one of these babies.
Number 7. Numero 7. 7. Random orbit sander. If you're gonna get one sander and you're a beginner, the random orbit sander is the sander to get. It is amazing, and it's just awesome for smoothing surfaces. It's really easy to pull off and replace types of sandpaper, and then you can use the sandpaper for hand sanding later. So you can just use this sandpaper for hand sanding. A random orbit sander is amazing. So a random orbit sander, if you only have one, beginners, awesome.
Number 8, squares. You have many different types of squares. This big old metal one. You got the orange one. You got the fancy little bubble one. Well, actually, this one just kind of levels. That's why it's the bubble there. Level. And they're really good for making 90-degree angles, making sharp, well done cuts. It goes right against the edge, goes up there. So square is a must-have in any workshop. You need at least one of them.
Number 9, a jigsaw. A jigsaw, actually, if you only have one power tool, a jigsaw is probably the tool you want. It can do rip cuts and cross cuts and curve cuts. So it's a pretty versatile power tool. If you just went out and bought one power tool and you didn't have a lot of money, the jigsaw might be it. It's not the safest tool in the world, but it does a lot of cuts. In any sort of shop, you're gonna need to cut some sort of curve at some point. And the jigsaw is the cheapest way to do a curve. So it's a tool must-have for beginners, is a jigsaw. Eventually you wanna move up to a bandsaw, but for starting out, a jigsaw is amazing.
Next up is number 10, the workbench. Look at all this area. It's so flat, so nice. You can use cutting, you can do anything, or you can do clamping, gluing, etc. You do everything you want right here in the workshop on the workbench. It's a really good, nice, flat surface. So, on to the outro.
Friday Workshop! That was the top 10 tools that beginning woodworkers must have.
Yeah, it's what you need in the workshop.
If you like videos like these,
You should check out this one, like and subscribe.
oh, can't juggle tape measures.
I'm gonna keep that in the video. That's gonna make the video. What do you think?